the water of the nettle.
Next, the ITV Weekend News. And then Melvin Bragg tells the fight to translate the Bible into English.
English set out to become the language of God.
In his thrilling series, The Adventure of English, at 11:15.
Germoloids is now available in a unique spray. Ask your pharmacist for new Germoloids HC spray.
When your throat feels like this, you need effective relief to melt away the pain quickly. Strepsils Extra contains an antiseptic which fights bacteria and also acts as an anesthetic to rapidly relieve the pain, so you can get on with your day. Strepsils Extra, first aid for sore throats.
How about a little magic?
Wait, careful where you point that.
Vicky, come here, darling. Come round.
What's that, Dad?
A fairy tale.
Wonderful Christmas gifts. Wonderful Woolworths value.
It's Britain's biggest ever bingo game.
A fresh idea from Glade.
Good job Mum's got that new thingy to make it smell nice again.
Glade Touch and Fresh Bathroom is small and easy to use. Your bathroom stays fresh for hours.
Mummy says it's refillable too.
New Glade Touch and Fresh Bathroom.
Ready? Uh-huh.
For slow-running water, Mr. Muscle Foamer. It expands inside the pipe to keep them clear for longer. Mr. Muscle loves the jobs you hate.
If we end up in there, we'll be all stretched and out of shape.
If I can just reach the new comfort form, that'll help save us from going saggy. Just the solution I was looking for. Ooh. Shaking, not stretched. Not stretched, not stretched.
New Comfort Form Conditioner helps keep clothes in great shape.
Hi, Harry. Heartburn again? Take a Pepcidtwo tablet. Just one's enough. Only 2 minutes and Pepcidtwo gets to work. Feeling better already? Oi, Harry! One tablet and it's still working? Harry! Harry! Pepcidtwo. It's fast, it lasts, and it's just one tablet.
Dear Granny and Grandad, thank you for the Lynx Christmas gift pack. I used it straight away, and then Mum's best friend went all weird. Your loving grandson, Michael.
Mikey, just a little Christmas snuggle.
Leerdammer. Irresistibly continental.
I'm sorry, but we all moved here to get away from our mummies.
No, I came for the cheap rent and the late nights.
What's in the bag?
Dust?
Lambrini girls. Just want to have fun.
Would you like a drink?
Things have been awfully dull round here. I hope we're going to have some gratuitous sex and violence.
I certainly hope so too.
Oh, do be careful.
I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
Sean Connery is
Bond. James Bond.
In Never Say Never Again. Tuesday at 8, ITV1.
The Weekend News now on ITV1 with John Suchet.
Hewitt
Hewitt admits trying to sell Diana's love letters. Bad weather holds up salvage on the sunken cars. And Sunderland sent Liverpool crashing again.
The ITV Weekend News with John Suchet.
Good evening. It was confirmed today that James Hewitt is prepared to sell love letters written to him by Princess Diana. His solicitor told ITV News he'd be willing to sell them to a private collector or a museum, provided they weren't published. A Sunday newspaper reported that he had discussed selling them for as much as £10 million. Rob Smith reports.
Filmed secretly discussing the sale of a princess's intimate words, but only, says his solicitor, on the understanding they wouldn't be made public. James Hewitt offered to sell 64 letters he exchanged with Diana. The price, £10 million. The buyer, a man Hewitt thought was a Swiss private collector. He turned out to be an undercover reporter from the News of the World. Hewitt's solicitor says his client did try to sell, but only because the supposed collector gave an undertaking the letters wouldn't be published.
It was intended to be a sale to a private collector. They would have remained private. The only people that have made this issue public, or any of the information in the letters public, is the News of the World, who pretend to say they're protecting the secrecy of them. These letters, if they are to be sold, would have been sold, or maybe still will be sold, to a private collector, and the intention is they'll remain private.
The News of the World insists its undercover team didn't give an absolute assurance of privacy. Diana sent many letters to Hewitt during their affair, many while he served as a soldier in the Gulf. Some contain intimate details. The princess's former lover says he's free to sell because the letters belong to him, even though he promised he wouldn't when he fought for the right to keep the correspondence after Diana's death.
Since Diana wrote the letters, they are her copyright, and her family, her lawyers, her trust can sue to protect that.
The proposed sales brought no comment from the Royals or the Spencers. Rob Smith, ITV News.
Bad weather is preventing salvage teams from beginning work on the cargo ship which sank in the English Channel. They want to stop the ship's 2,000 tons of fuel oil leaking before attempting the tricky task of lifting the vessel and its cargo of luxury cars. Helen Wright explains.
The tricolour poses a huge challenge for salvage experts who haven't yet been able to conduct even a preliminary inspection of the ship. Their first task will be to pump out her fuel tanks to prevent pollution. Then they'll consider how to raise her and her multi-million-pound cargo. It's an operation which faces significant problems. First, there's the location of the ship.
The position of this wreck is exactly at the meeting point between two very, very busy seaways. We have the position of the wreck here, and we have northbound traffic in the channel coming past in this direction, and we have all traffic exiting from Zeebrugge and the ports of Antwerp coming up here.
There's also appalling weather to contend with.
The seas out there are quite rough. They're given to get rough quite quickly, and in fact that's what's holding up diving now. The other problems are the sheer size of the vessel itself. 55,000 tons.
And what about that cargo of luxury cars?
The cargo of cars will have shifted, of course, as the whole thing has fallen over onto its side. They will almost certainly be removed with the vessel intact. They in themselves don't present a particular pollution risk.
This is the container ship which collided with the tricolour in thick fog, her bow ripped open, a clear indication of the scale of impact. The Kariba was towed into port at Antwerp, and her owners have now begun to assess the damage. So far, this accident has cost at least £55 million. The Kariba's crew and the men from the tricolour are now helping investigators work out just how it happened. Helen Wright, ITV News.
The Syrian President Bashar Assad will warn Tony Blair tomorrow that a war against Iraq could destabilise the whole Middle East. And it won't be the first time he's spoken bluntly to Mr. Blair. Last year, in Damascus, he publicly rebuked him over the Afghan conflict. This time, the strong words will come on British soil. Here's Kevin Dunn.
President Bashar Assad arrived on the first official visit to Britain by a leader of Syria, a visit which will be dominated by the crisis with Iraq. President Assad has close British connections. He trained to be a doctor here, and his wife Asma was born in Britain, though she is of Syrian descent. During his 4-day stay, he will have talks with the Prime Minister and have an audience with the Queen. President Assad and Tony Blair met last year in Damascus, when the Prime Minister was severely embarrassed by President Assad's apparent sympathy for Palestinian suicide bombers. This time the focus is on Iraq. Syria voted for the Security Council resolution demanding Iraqi disarmament, but it is opposed to military action, a position President Assad will reiterate. Commentators, however, believe the two leaders can reach agreement.
Britain is interested in implementation or full implementation of Resolution 1441, getting rid of weapons of mass destruction, which would lead to the lifting sanctions against the Iraqi people. And that would be music to President Assad's ears.
Downing Street will literally roll out the red carpet for President Assad tomorrow for one very good reason. With possible war against Iraq looming, Britain is anxious to build bridges to the Arab world. And Syria is a neighbour of Iraq, a member of the UN Security Council and a key player in the region. Kevin Dunn, ITV News, Downing Street.
A council has taken the extraordinary decision to ban parents from filming school performances. Edinburgh City Council claims paedophiles have been caught with photos and videos of school concerts. If anyone does want to film, they'll have to get permission from all other parents first. Habitual drink drivers are being targeted in a novel way this Christmas. The charity Crime Stoppers say they'll pay up to £500 to anyone tipping the police off about persistent offenders. Police hope it'll help catch drivers who've ignored anti-drink drive campaigns. And the schoolgirl who ran away to Turkey to marry a barman she'd met on holiday arrived home today. Rachel Lloyd, who's 14, returned with her father and sister. The 24-year-old barman could have been prosecuted for statutory rape, but Rachel's family aren't going to press charges. Football, Liverpool lost their 4th Premiership match in a row today, going down 2-1 to Sunderland. It's one of their worst league runs in years. Arsenal, though, moved a point clear at the top of the table by drawing 1-1 with Spurs. Alex Thomas watched the action.
Predictably, Arsenal's Sol Campbell was booed as he ran onto the pitch to face his former club. But the Tottenham fans' jeers soon turned to cheers as their side took an early lead thanks to Christian Ziga's fabulous free kick. Arsenal were being totally outplayed, and they were fortunate to be handed a chance to draw level before half-time. Casey Keller conceded a penalty kick, and Robert Pires scored from it. 1-1, and that's how it stayed. At the Stadium of Light, Liverpool were hoping to spark their title challenge back to life, but they fell behind to Sunderland, who after 5 matches, without a win or a goal, discovered how to score again, Gavin McCann putting them ahead. They should have made the result safe when they were given a penalty for handball against Jamie Carragher, although he plainly didn't agree. But Liverpool were kept in contention when Chris Kirkland saved McCann's spot kick. That miss seemed a costly one for Sunderland, because it was soon 1-1, Milan Baros with Liverpool's goal. But minutes from the end, local lad Michael Proctor scored his first goal for Sunderland to clinch victory for them. Alex Thomas, ITV News.
That's it. The ITV News channel is on all night from the weekend team. Good night.
ITV National Weather, sponsored by Powergen. Powergen. Power in good hands.
Hello, good evening. Well, it's been a nice dry day on the whole for Scotland and Northern Ireland, not so for the rest of us. Really a rather soggy Sunday. The good news is that rain will move off eastwards and we'll have drier, brighter conditions, at least for most of us, during the course of tomorrow. Now back to the moment at hand, and there's still some rain around for England and Wales, eastern Scotland as well. To the west, we've clearing skies and dipping temperatures as a result, in fact down to 0 in 1 or 2 places and leading to some touches of frost. We go into our Monday morning on really a rather glum, gloomy note. Grey skies, again some bits and pieces of rain still hanging on. But the good news is during the course of the day, well, these move off eastwards, and all the while we've drier, brighter conditions tucking in behind. Temperatures tomorrow on the whole 5 to 7 degrees. That's my lot.
Powergen. Power in good hands.
Wake up to an all-star GMTV week with bad boy Martin Clunes, hometown girl Reese Witherspoon, Coronation Street's Eileen, the chilled-out Craig David, and the show-stopping, high-stepping Catherine Zeta-Jones. All next week on GMTV.
My bank said business inquiries would often be rerouted through a dedicated advice centre.
This is Linda speaking. Kelly speaking.
This is Julie speaking. How can I help?
Translation? I get sent round the houses. All right, Treacle, slow down. I won't turn the meter on till you get in the cab, promise. I thought there's got to be another way. And there was.
Thanks.
Oh, cheers, love. What my tip? Try another bank.
A romantic stroll with chaperones, free. A tranquil dive with an old Air Force bomber, free. Exotic local cuisine with medium fries, free. Knowing it wouldn't be paradise without them, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's Mastercard. Every time you use your Mastercard, you could win the trip of a lifetime for 10 to your own private paradise island. Either call or register at mastercard.co.uk.
New Ambi Pur Instant Perfume. The next generation room spray made with real perfume essence. Transform your home with instant perfume from Ambi Pur.
And over here's my fabulous new Kenwood thing. We both really enjoy using it, don't we, Angel? It's so quick, sometimes too quick for the both of us. It's very uncomplicated, and I love doing lots of pretty little things with it. We even do your dinners in it, don't we, darling?
The multi-pro food processor from Kenwood.
Just read that number plate, please.
N-O-V-A-T.
And again, please.
N-O-V-A-T.
No VAT on all Citroen cars until December the 31st. Citroen, deals to remember.
Oh, go on then, as it's Christmas.
Beautiful from Estee Lauder.
Ah, freedom to do whatever you want. But what's this? Unreliable connections? Painfully slow getting online? Keep breaking down? Then you want to be with Freeserve, because we've doubled our network capacity so you can enjoy the freedom of a more reliable internet connection. For a groovy 1 month's free trial and $13.99 a month after that, call 0800 970 8890 or visit freeserve.com.
Modern society is a breeding ground for rage.
No, I'm not listening to any of you. Just listen to me.
More people live in less space and work harder for less reward. It's enough to make anyone snap.
Shut up!
Red Mist 3, Battleground Britain, Monday at 9, ITV1.
Now on ITV1, Melvyn Bragg is in York to continue the adventure of English.
In the last programme, we looked at the way in which English had begun to oust French as the language of law and government, and how there was a new